Hello, and welcome to another update video about AGIX. Yeah, AGIX could still be in this wave one here to the upside, circle wave one. Oops, didn't want to move that. Circle wave one in this larger degree fifth wave. The situation overall hasn't changed, but we've had a first reaction to our 50% retracement level here at 32.3 cents. We talked about that level before. It was the key level for the bearish scenario, or at least one of the key levels. So yeah, already a first reaction, but that isn't really meaningful at this stage. There are two more Fibonacci levels that can be tested in the yellow wave count, which is the bearish interpretation, in which we are only doing a corrective rally, all right? So what is really relevant is that it's for the yellow count to remain valid, not breaks above the 48.9 cent level, which is here the 78.6 Fib level, because a break above that level would indicate that, yeah, the white wave count is in control. Now, the white count is actually what we're following primarily, right? So essentially, most bulls out there want really the price to get above that level because it would rather indicate, you know, that something bullish is going on and that the white count indeed could take us to new highs, basically new all-time highs above this resistance zone here at 67 cents. It's just that any break above the 78.6 retracement level, well, you know, it typically indicates that it's not a wave 2, so it should then not be the yellow wave 2 ideally, because it would be a bit too strong, even though we can't really rule out that bearish scenario until we really break above the all-time high, because this is where the yellow wave 1 to the downside technically started, and such a 1-2 setup to the downside isn't really invalidated until we really break above the beginning of the wave 1. However, probabilities for it will significantly reduce with a break above the 78.6 retracement. The subwave structure there within the white wave count, which we primarily follow, isn't entirely clear. The absolute key level for the white wave count remains the 15.7 cent level. That's really key. That's the larger degree key level. Any break below that will definitely shift probabilities towards the yellow count, and I would then assume it's in control. Until then, I assume the white count is in control, but the subwaves or subdivisions are a little unclear. Best I can tell is that we are forming here an ending diagonal in wave 5. You have to expect the wave count to change quite frequently if that really is the case, because we're dealing with unreliable corrective structures here. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is really an ABC structure that's unfolding there. I just don't have enough data here to say, okay, did we have a 1-2 setup or something? It is really difficult to say. I mean, you could even say maybe this is an entire 5-wave move to the upside. So it's really difficult to say, okay? You could say, okay, you know, maybe this is following an ABC, and we have here a small 1-2 setup, 1-2, and would then do this. So that means we're now in a micro wave 2 pullback. It's possible, okay, but very speculative count, just because I cannot really recognize the subwaves here very, very clearly. To me, it looks more like a 3-wave move. And then we had an ABC structure in wave B, and now we're starting that C wave higher. The alternative interpretation would be that all of this is a wave 1, and we're now coming down in a larger wave 2 pullback. So ultimately, that means I'm going to add a support area here, but it's not going to be crystal clear to me if we have a 1-2 setup here, which might not even reach the orange support box. And I keep it orange because it's not entirely clear to me what the micro count is. It will get clearer once we have the first circle wave 1 completed, yeah. But yeah, whenever we deal with corrective structure, you can't really look for absolute precision in the charts. But ultimately, whatever it's doing now, even though the 15.7 cent level is really key because that's invalidation for the white wave count, ideally we don't want it to get below 18.4 cents. To keep it very simple, therefore, we can say that against the 18.4 cent level, we are focusing on higher prices still. Yeah, that's my update about AGIX. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find all the additional content there that we publish on Twitter, Insta, stuff about trading, TA, Elliott wave, charts, and so on. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.